Hey, what's up, everybody? Rogue Hero here. So, I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For 20 plus years, as a lot of you guys already know. And in those 20 plus years, I learned a lot of tips and tricks. And in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about every tip and trick I learned to help me do well in Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments. And I'm talking about regionals, YCS, and etc. My current credentials for you guys that do not know, I do have one YCS top that's over 10 years old. A few regional top 8s, once again, that's over 10 years old. However, every year I do get my invite to nationals. In the last two YCSs I've been to, I day 2. Now, while that's not the best of the best results that a lot of you guys might see from some of your favorite players, I think there is some results that is worth giving you guys some valuable information on, because these are the same ways a lot of your pro players top. If you guys might watch my video yesterday, the difference between people like them and people like me is I don't have enough money to go to every YCS, and I ain't gonna lie, I don't have the solid playtesting group. If you guys want to know why I don't have those things, check out yesterday's video. Now, with that being said, and I got the credentials out of the way, one of the most important things you guys want to do while playing this card game is picking a deck. Now, no matter what format it is, a lot of players will probably tell you to play the best deck in the format. And that is true. You play the best deck, you will get results. I'm living proof of that. I'm playing Rizal, which is arguably the best deck in the current metagame, even though there's other decks that are just as good. Rizal is just peaking out everything because of the power of Rizal Cross and Rizal Detonator. But when you pick out the best deck, you got to learn the best deck, you got to learn the bad matchups, and you got to master the deck. Now, obviously, if you're a gifted player and you have a lot of time in your hands, like a lot of the younger guys that are in college that play this game that do well, you can pretty much probably pick up whatever deck you want because you have more time to put into the game. But for you veterans like myself that's a little older, you have a family, you have kids, you have a wife, I suggest is picking up one deck and sticking to it, unless you're a genius photographic memory type of dude that can manage different things at once. That's not me. So what I do every start of every format, usually after Nats, I'm going to pick my one deck and try to master it. And in that mastering, I'm going to tell you guys, what I like to do is go on Dueling Book. I like to go on YouTube, obviously the greatest resource. And I like to go to the OCG and learn as much as that deck as possible. There's a reason why I was playing Spirit Rizal for the past couple of months up until the Shark stuff got a little more broken, because I saw in the OCG they were running the Spirit engine, and for good reason. It helped give you extra body, so if you get hand trapped, you can come back with your Rizal deck. That's only something I would have learned from playtesting the stuff myself, and or just from studying the metagame from the OCG and combining it with the TCG. And I did pretty decent locally. Got my regional invite, my first regional I went to of the season. I went like X2-1, which is not terrible. It's not the best, but it's not terrible, netting me my invite to nationals. I know a lot of you guys don't never get your invite to nationals, so this video is a stepping stone for you guys to get your invites and potentially top an event. Now, after you get your deck, you want to practice your deck. Practice as much as possible. Usually via Dueling Book is my preferred method, but if you guys have good playtesting partners, that's great. I say don't switch your deck up. Try as many different versions of the deck out, and you guys should be good. Then after you guys want to practice, go to locals as much as possible. I want to preface this. The reason why going to locals is better than practicing in person is because you get the real-time IRL feeling of interacting with someone who you probably barely know or know a little bit in a competitive scene. Because a lot of this game comes down to not only just playing your deck and outthinking your opponent, it's body language, it's rudeness, it's pressure under the clock. A lot of those things can make or break you in a big event. Case in point, myself, I have a temper problem. A lot of people probably don't know this, but I have a really bad temper. I control my temper because I have years of experience doing it. I am 35, I'm not a kid. And a lot of the times when I'm at locals or when I'm at a big event even, certain things rub me the wrong way. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm not making no excuses. A lot of the time I misplay heavily in games, it's because I'm ticked off about something during the game. It could have been the opponent being rude. It could have been my own misplay. No matter what the reason was, I could have got ticked off. But obviously, I'm an adult. I'm not a child. We don't spaz out. We don't crash out. I'm trying to control my emotions and keep things professional as long as possible, of course. So that way I don't make any further misplays. And sometimes that causes me to make a mistake, and I'm constantly overthinking myself and getting in my own head. A lot of you guys might be the same way. So by getting this IRL local experience, it teaches you how to handle your emotions better In a duel versus when you're at home playing with a buddy who might not be rude, you guys are chilling, you guys are cracking open beers, you guys are playing video games in between duels, and etc. So by getting that local experience as much as possible, you kind of get used to playing against people who you may or may not know. After going to locals, I honestly say play test heavily on Dueling Book. I preach this a lot. Dueling Book, Dueling Book, Dueling Book. Some people say Dueling Book don't help. I think that's cap. Dueling Book is one of the greatest platforms I've personally used recently to help me get my day 2 at YCS Houston. And once again, for you pros or semi-pros out there who top every event, this video ain't for you guys. I know as somebody who has topped before, who's been in circles with pros and semi-pros, that day 2ing an event amongst the players who top a lot, it's like, you guys don't really care about that. But for you guys that don't top as much, and for you guys who pretty much are just grinders like myself, day 2ing is a pretty decent accomplishment. The average player don't get the day 2. Hell, the average player don't even do good at locals. So the reason why I can day 2 is because, honestly, I grind a lot on Dueling Book. More recently, I've made top 200 twice on Dueling Book with my pure Rizel deck, after the ban list with Detonator at 1 and the Rise of Names at 2. Now, obviously, the format's still young, but even prior to that, I was still 800 rank on Dueling Book. The only reason I didn't get higher rank because I wasn't grinding it all night, and I still don't, and I'm still able to make top 200 of a website, probably over 1,000 people, and probably more than that. But grinding, you learn a lot on Dueling Book because you play a plethora of decks, you deal with the annoying players who try to troll and cheat, and you're honestly getting the muscle memory with your deck by typing in everything manually. That's something that a simulator like Master Duel or YGO Pro won't help you guys. Now, those simulators are good just for learning a deck and getting an idea of how the deck plays, but for full, authentic playing of the deck, you have to get those reps in. And obviously, the best way to get the reps in is dueling with a group, like how I used to do my Naruto group back in the day, play testing at someone's house or at a venue that'll let you sit in there for hours at a time, getting in at least 6 to 8 hours a day, if possible. However, I know that's unrealistic. A lot of y'all got girls, y'all got lives like myself. I found for us veterans who've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for a long time or just naturally pretty good at the game, 2 to 3 hours max is pretty good. I personally, what I like to do, I call them mock tournaments online, and that's just me grinding the ranks. Most local tournaments are like 4 to 5 rounds. I'll go on Dueling Book, try to do at least 4 to 5 games that hopefully if I don't get a game that's going to drain me, because some games take forever on Dueling Book, people thinking they taking their time, they play testing. But for the most part, I try to get at least 4 to 5 games or at least 2 to 3 hours a night on Dueling Book to keep my skill up in the current metagame, and it's definitely been paying off. I went undefeated 4-0 in one local tournament recently before YCS Houston. I went 3-1 in another tournament after that. And last week with my locals, I went undefeated again. We drew in the last round, so it was like 3-0, but I still went undefeated in that tournament and then X1 at the tournament prior to that. So, and I attribute a lot of that playtesting to not only going to locals and playing against good players in my local card shop, but honestly just Dueling Book, grinding it out, and learning as much as I possibly can. Now, after you guys go on Dueling Book and grind as much, practice your combo lines via solo mode helps a lot. And my allergies are acting up, which is why I'm messing with my nose. I promise you guys I don't do drugs. It's like every time I talk, my allergies is hitting me. Spring season is real. I need a Zatarain. Anyway, I just hate doing this. I'm like, oh my God, people are going to think I'm on some serious drugs here. Practice combo lines via solo mode. So when you go on Dueling Book, you're practicing out. If you guys want to deal with people like me who are trying to grind it out on Dueling Book, if you guys don't just want to deal with people in general, but you just guys want to get a good play testing with your deck in, try go to solo mode and practice your combo lines. Now, obviously, you have to learn the combo lines, but if you're like myself, you kind of want to tinker with the deck, see if you can learn it. But if you want to speed run this process up, go on YouTube, type in Rizel combo tutorial, Evil Twin combo tutorial. Whatever deck you're playing, there's a combo tutorial for it. There's one guy with 100 subs who played the deck when it was announced in the OCG, and it's giving you guys free information on YouTube. Hell, there was an OCG YouTuber who don't upload as much, but he used to do a lot of combo. He used to do a lot of videos on Rizel, which is how I got my idea of the Rizel hand loop deck, and that allowed me to get my nationals invite at the first regional of the season with the Rizel hand loop deck. And that was his idea. So, and I really appreciate players like him who actually do these videos because it helps players like myself who want to get into the metagame early and learn the format by practicing and learning these combo lines early before everyone else gets to them. There's tons of free information online. You don't have to pay for a spreadsheet now. If you want to support your favorite content curator, and they're saying, hey, I got a spreadsheet for 20 bucks, come buy it and learn the combos from me directly, that's dope. By all means, support them if you want to support your content creator. But everything, I can almost guarantee you, like 80% of the stuff they teach you in those spreadsheets, you can find online for free and or just by practicing with your deck. So if you're on a budget like myself and most of your money go to Yu-Gi-Oh cards, practice these combos via solo mode and dueling book, and you're in good shape. Go through scenarios. Practice what'll happen in your combo if you hit with an Ash. What'll happen if you get hit with Imperm? What'll happen if you get hit with Nib? It's your key choke points. How can you recover? By the way, speaking of key choke points, I'm also starting to do, this is not me selling anything. Well, I am technically selling something, but it's only for people who want it. So right now, I'm doing my channel memberships thing again with exclusive content. I already have one video up on my channel members via my community tab. It's just a dual replay from Dueling Book, showing you guys me playing my pure Riser deck. And I'm also going to be doing exclusive updates as well on Dueling Book, and or just exclusive posts in general for Yu-Gi-Oh! Talking, etc. So if you guys want to be introduced to that, and you guys are interested in that, become a channel member as low as $1.99 a month. You guys will be getting at least one duel a week. I'm going to try to make that commitment. I can't promise it, but guys, I'm going to try to make that commitment. At least one duel a week. Post it exclusively to my community tab, and as well as any other information to help support the channel and help you guys get better. So be on the lookout for exclusive content. If you guys want that, just be a channel member at any level. Membership starting at $1.99. If you guys want to do a bigger membership, that's great, but it's not forced upon you. I want to make this as cheap as possible to help you guys get better. So yeah, you guys can do that. I will be posting like tutorials, things like that, all via Dueling Book. It's easy for me to produce, and honestly, it's dirt cheap, so you guys can't really complain when it's dirt cheap. So anyway, back to the actual video. So now I got my little ad out the way. Practice on combo lines, you're going to be good to go. Also, too, what also help, be willing to invest in your deck, honestly. Just drop my phone here. A lot of times people don't do good because they don't invest in their decks. This is something that I had to deal with for a while. Back in the day when Heroes was somewhat decent, and when it was tier 1.5, I was too cheap to invest in my deck. Reason being, I used to always say, well, I don't have money like that. I did. I just didn't want to invest into my hobby. And that's okay. You don't have to. However, what happens when you do invest into your hobby, you get results. Case in point, I was scrubbing out my hero deck a lot during the Invoke format because I didn't have Forbidden Droplet. As soon as I got my hands on Forbidden Droplet via the reprint, I started winning game with the hero deck. But if I would have dropped the money on the Forbidden Droplet, because I was making the money via YouTube, I would have been able to win a lot faster. Same thing with the current format with Fualos and all these other hand traps. I have Meows. And it's going to be the same thing in any other future format for you guys that may be watching this in the future. When you invest in your hobby, you will get results. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is pay to win to a certain extent. You have to have a skill to play the game, but it's still pay to win. You can have a budget that can do good, but typically the best deck is going to be the deck winning the tournament 99% of the time. Now, obviously, we have decks like Mementos and Fire Kings that show out and win big events. However, your best chance of topping, outside of becoming an expert in the rogue deck, like the guys who won the events with Fire Kings and Mementos, is by playing the best deck, learning it well, learning your matchups, and you will get results because you're investing the money into the deck. Outside of investing money into the deck, because there's other stuff you got to do as well, you guys honestly need to learn from your losses. This is something I think a lot of people take for granted. When you're dueling, you got to think about why you lost, how did you lose, and why it won't happen again. Because if you don't, you're never going to be successful in this game. Take 5 seconds after your game to see if there's anything else you could have did wrong. And honestly, be willing to listen to people. Sometimes people are genuinely trying to help. When they say you misplayed, shut up, talk, and listen. Let them tell you why you misplayed. Get out of your own ego. I have a problem with this sometimes. Sometimes people tell me I misplayed. I'm like, no, I didn't. But after I think about it, I'm like, you know what? You're right. I'm wrong. So be willing to tell yourself you're wrong and just listen. Even if they are wrong and you know you're right, just be quiet because they may be coming from a good point and it might teach you something that you haven't thought about yet. And the final thing I want to talk about to be successful in this card game or any card games in general and to get your invites and top a lot, honestly, man, focus on your health, mental health, and your physical health. That's the most important thing, I believe, to being successful in anything. It's physical health and mental health. Hit the gym, work out, drink your water, eat right. Now, I know people won't be like, oh, man, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players don't do that. These are piece-of-face, unhealthy dudes. They eat garbage. They don't work out. They're fat. Look, I get it. A lot of them are unhealthy. But you guys got to realize as well, a lot of them are young, so they can get away with being a little unhealthy. But I guarantee you, these dudes would do a lot better if they were healthier. The research shows, science, that if you feel better, you perform better. It's simple math. If you look better, you perform better. So if you're fit, you feeling good, you looking good, not only can you go win that Yugioh tournament, you can go fuck somebody's bitch. Just saying. Just saying. It's gonna be a hell of a confidence booster for a lot of you guys. So hit the gym, learn a sport, do whatever you guys can to get in shape, eat right, and you guys will see results. It might not be instant, but if you guys do that on top of everything else I listed in this video, you will be successful. So, with all that being said, post your thoughts about this video, comment section down below, like the video if you're new here, want to subscribe more. We're almost at 23K subs. Your boy's about to hit the gym, so yeah, man, enjoy this video. It's your boy Rogue Hero, and I'm signing out. Peace. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one.